Hi, my name is Lily, and I want to share with you a story that is very close to my heart. It's a story of struggle, growth, and hope. Learning English wasn't easy for me. I cried, I felt lost, and I often wanted to give up. But as I went through this journey, I realized that English is more than just a language. It's a bridge that helped me connect with people, understand new ideas, and express myself in ways I never thought possible. I remember my first day in the US. I had just moved from a small town where English was rarely spoken. My family was excited, but I was scared. I didn't know how to speak English well, and I was afraid people would laugh at me. I felt alone, even when surrounded by people. I knew that I had to improve my English if I wanted to make friends and succeed. The first tip I can give you is to start small. You don't have to be perfect from the beginning. I used to feel so embarrassed when I made mistakes. But then I realized something important. Everyone makes mistakes when they're learning. So, don't be afraid to start small. Practice simple sentences and words. When I started, I would say things like hello and how are you to people around me, even if I didn't know them well. Listening is one of the most powerful ways to learn a language. I spent hours listening to English speakers, even when I didn't understand everything. My favorite way to learn was by watching movies. I'd watch with subtitles first and then without them. It helped me understand how people speak naturally. Sometimes I would close my eyes and just listen to the sound of the words. This helped me get used to the rhythm and flow of English. One of the most important things you can do is to practice speaking every day. At first, it feels scary, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. I used to practice in front of a mirror. I'd talk to myself, ask myself questions, and then answer them. It was strange, but it helped me gain confidence. I also started talking to my neighbors, even if it was just for a few minutes. The more I spoke, the more comfortable I became. I was terrified of making mistakes when I first started speaking English. I thought people would laugh at me, but then something amazing happened. I made mistakes, and instead of laughing, people helped me. I learned that mistakes are part of the learning process. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. So don't be afraid. Embrace your mistakes and use them to grow. If you want to improve your English, you need to surround yourself with the language. I made a habit of reading English books, watching English shows, and listening to English music. I even changed the language on my phone to English. The more you immerse yourself in the language, the more natural it becomes. Having friends to practice with is a game changer. I remember meeting Sarah, my first American friend. She was patient and kind, and she never made me feel bad about my English. We would go to the park and talk for hours. I was nervous at first, but with Sarah's help, I became more confident. If you have a friend who speaks English well, ask them to help you practice. It makes a huge difference. There were times when I felt so frustrated that I cried. I would sit in my room and wonder if I would ever speak English fluently. But I realized that my emotions were a sign that I cared. I used those feelings to push myself forward. Whenever I felt down, I would remind myself why I wanted to learn English. I wanted to connect with people, to tell my story, and to understand others. Use your emotions as motivation. They can be powerful tools for growth. Improving your English doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that takes time and patience. I learned that taking small steps every day was the key to success. Even if I only practiced for 10 minutes, it made a difference. Whether it was reading a short article, listening to a podcast, or having a short conversation, those small steps added up over time. Joining an English class or group can be a great way to improve your speaking skills. I joined a local English conversation group, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. We would meet once a week and talk about different topics. It was a safe space where I could practice without feeling judged. If you can find a class or group near you, I highly recommend it. Learning a new language takes time. There will be days when you feel like you're not making progress, but don't give up. I used to get frustrated when I couldn't express myself the way I wanted to. But over time, I learned to be patient with myself. Every word you learn, every sentence you speak, brings you one step closer to fluency. We live in a world where technology can be a great tool for learning. I used apps like Duolingo and HelloTalk to practice my English. These apps made learning fun and interactive. I also found online communities where I could talk to people from all over the world in English. Technology can be a powerful tool to help you improve your speaking skills. One of the things I struggled with was pronunciation. It's easy to feel self-conscious about how you sound, but the more you practice, the better you'll get. I used to record myself speaking and listen to the recordings. It helped me notice the areas where I needed to improve. Don't worry if your pronunciation isn't perfect right away. It's something that gets better with practice. Consistency is key when it comes to learning English. I made a schedule and stuck to it. Every day, I set aside time to practice, whether it was speaking, listening, or reading. Consistency helped me make steady progress, even on days when I didn't feel like it. It's important to celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. I remember the first time I had a conversation in English without feeling nervous. It was a small moment, but it felt like a huge victory. Celebrate each milestone, whether it's learning a new word, finishing a book in English, or having a conversation with a native speaker. Each step brings you closer to fluency. This is perhaps the most important tip of all. You have to believe in yourself. There were times when I doubted myself, when I thought I would never be able to speak English fluently. But I kept going, and eventually, I started to believe in my ability to learn. You can do it too. Believe in yourself and keep pushing forward. Learning English opened up so many opportunities for me. I was able to make new friends, understand different cultures, and even get a better job. English became a tool that helped me navigate through life's challenges. It gave me confidence and a sense of accomplishment. There were times when I felt like giving up, but I'm so glad I didn't. Learning English is a journey, and every journey starts with a single step. You might feel scared, you might make mistakes, but each step you take brings you closer to your goal. Keep going. Keep believing in yourself, and one day you'll look back and see how far you've come. And remember, every word you learn is a key that opens a new door. Feel free to comment below and share your own English learning journey. Let's inspire each other. Hi, my name is Emma, and I want to tell you a little story. It's about my journey of learning English at home. It wasn't easy. There were days I cried, but every tear helped me get better. One rainy day, I sat in my room with my old notebook. The words on the page made no sense to me. I was frustrated. Tears rolled down my cheeks. Why is English so hard? I asked myself. But something deep inside told me not to give up. I started small. Every morning I would practice for just 10 minutes. My favorite tip? Read aloud. When you hear yourself speak, it helps your brain remember better. I used to stand in front of the mirror and talk to myself. Good morning, Emma, I'd say, trying to sound like a confident speaker. One day, my little sister Lily laughed when she saw me. Who are you talking to? She teased, but I didn't care. I smiled and kept practicing. And guess what? Slowly, I started to understand more. It felt like a small victory. Then, I started watching English shows. I remember watching a sad movie where the girl lost her dog. I cried so much, but at the same time, I learned new words. Words like heartbroken and loss stayed with me because I felt the emotion. I also started writing short stories. They weren't perfect, but they were mine. I remember writing about my first day at school. I was so nervous. I used the word excited to describe my feelings, but later I learned anxious was a better word. Every mistake was a lesson. Speaking with friends helped too. I had a friend named Sarah. She was great at English. We would chat online, and she would correct me gently. "It's not 'I am boring,' it's 'I am bored,'" she'd say with a smiley emoji. Learning with friends made it fun. Some days were hard. There were times when I couldn't understand a single word in a book. I remember sitting on my bed, holding the book, and feeling so small. But then I'd remind myself, "Emma, you've come this far. Don't stop now." I found that music was a magical teacher. I would listen to my favorite English songs and try to sing along. My voice cracked, and my pronunciation wasn't perfect, but with each song I got better. Music made learning feel like dancing. It was joyful. When I needed motivation, I'd write down all the reasons why I wanted to learn English. "I want to travel to New York," I'd write. Or, "I want to understand my favorite TV shows without subtitles." These dreams kept me going when it got tough. Now, looking back, I realize that English isn't just a language. It's a way to connect with people. It helped me in moments when I felt alone. When I was sad, I could write about my feelings. When I was happy, I could share it with friends from all over the world. My biggest tip for anyone learning English is this: don't rush. Learning a language takes time, and it's okay to make mistakes. In fact, mistakes are good. They show that you are trying, and every mistake brings you closer to fluency. Always practice every day, even if it's just a little. Listen to English songs, read short stories, or write about your day. Speak to yourself in English. It might feel silly, but trust me, it works. Remember, English will open many doors for you. You will be able to talk to people from different places, read amazing books, and watch movies without needing subtitles. It's worth the effort. And if you ever feel like giving up, think of me, sitting in front of my mirror, talking to myself, or crying over a sad movie. If I can do it, so can you. I remember one afternoon when I was feeling really down. I had a big test coming up, and I was scared. I kept thinking, what if I fail? My heart was heavy, and tears filled my eyes. I grabbed my notebook and started writing in English. At first, the words didn't flow. I wrote slowly. "Today is hard. I am scared," but with each word, I felt a little better. Writing helped me take all those big, scary feelings and turn them into something small and manageable. I remember my mom walking in, seeing me with tears, and she smiled softly. "You're doing great, Emma," she said. That simple sentence in English made me feel strong. It reminded me that English wasn't just for tests or school. It was a way for me to express what I felt. One tip I have for you is to keep a journal. Write about your day, even if it's just a few sentences. Don't worry about mistakes, just write. Write about your feelings, your dreams, or even your favorite food. Writing every day, even a little, will help you so much. I also started talking to myself more in English. If I was cooking, I'd say, okay, now I need to cut the onions when I woke up. I'd think, what will I do today? It became a habit. And soon, thinking in English didn't feel strange. Do you ever talk to yourself in English? If not, try it. It's like having a mini conversation with yourself, and it really helps. There was another moment that changed everything for me. It was during a family gathering. My aunt, who spoke perfect English, started talking to me. I was nervous. What if I didn't understand her? What if I said the wrong thing? But instead of hiding, I took a deep breath and spoke. I am learning English every day, I said. She smiled and replied, I can tell. You're doing amazing, my heart soared. That one sentence gave me so much confidence. Sometimes, all it takes is one kind word from someone to remind you that you're on the right path. Another tip? Surround yourself with English as much as you can. If you love music, listen to English songs. If you enjoy reading, find simple English books. And if you like movies, pick ones with subtitles and slowly try without them. One thing I did was label things around my house in English. I put a small paper on the fridge that said fridge, or on the door that said door. It was fun, and it helped me learn without even trying too hard. I remember the day I wrote my first full page in English. It was about my dream to visit California. The sun, the beaches, the big city lights, I wrote it all. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine. And when I finished, I felt so proud. English gave me a voice, and that voice was getting stronger every day. Learning English helped me in more ways than I ever thought. It wasn't just about speaking a new language. It was about growing as a person. It made me brave, made me face my fears, and helped me connect with others in ways I couldn't before. So, my last tip? Be patient with yourself. There will be days when you feel like you're not improving. There will be times when you want to cry, and that's okay. Let yourself feel it, but don't stop. Keep practicing, even when it's hard. English will slowly become your friend. It will help you in difficult times, just like it helped me. When you feel lost or sad, write about it. When you feel happy, celebrate in English. Make it part of your life, and soon it will feel as natural as breathing. And remember, every tear, every mistake, every hard moment, they are all part of your journey. You are learning, you are growing, and you are doing something amazing. How do you feel when you practice English? Share your thoughts, and let's keep cheering each other on.